Hello, my name is Loryelle, and I have been encouraged by my spirit guides for the highest good to make a series of videos. And the first starting with a topic that is not very comfortable to talk about, that people don't like talking about. It's sexual trauma. And it seems to be prevalent in so many people. I recently took a class, took a course, read a book, and I think the statistic, if the Center of Disease Control statistic is correct, that like 1 in every 5 women have had this. And I feel like the numbers are higher even when you include men, and when you actually, if we were to test a bigger market of people. But to me, that's just an astounding number. And the majority of the time, these things happen within a family unit. So it's very alarming, but yet so common. And I feel like people just do not talk about it because of the shame, because of the family dynamic. And then how do you deal with that? So this first set of videos, I'm just going to start talking. I'm not sure what's going to come out. They don't want me to go into every bit of detail. That's not totally necessary. But sharing the story to help normalize it, to help spread awareness, to maybe help as a parent see the signs and cope with it a little bit differently. And hopefully just shed some light on a very dark and like it just feels icky. I don't know how else to describe the energy, but ick. And to shed some light on that type of thing. So, unbeknownst to me, I had no recollection of this because I keep saying 3 or 4 years old, so it must have been in that period of when I was turning 3 into 4, because I just keep getting 3 or 4. And who remembers anything from when they're 3 or 4 years old? I sure didn't. I didn't have many memories from that time frame of my life at all. But going through a near-death experience and having several spiritual awakenings, one day around the same age that my youngest son was, 3 or 4 years old, I started remembering. And it wasn't like it was a dream. I would be in the middle of the day and I would get triggered in some sort of way, just doing nothing, like picking up toys. And I would have like a flashback. And I was like, what the hell is this? Why are you showing me this? Why is this happening now? Everything was kind of at a good place in my life. This was like I felt like a bomb was dropped on me. Like I was bamboozled. And it's like my spirit team was just slowly dripping these things to me of what had happened. I'm a 44-year-old woman, and I had no idea this had happened. I started asking questions, started talking to my mother, family members, and things like that. And a lot of things were revealed that I guess were there in front of my face, but because no one ever talked about it, no one ever... It was like it was swept under the rug, but it was also in everyone's faces at the same time. It was completely mind-blowing to me how all of extended family, everyone could kind of suspect and know certain things and even comment on it. Like, well, maybe I should just go into what I started remembering. We were in a small house in St. Louis at the time. And my uncle and his construction buddy were remodeling our bathroom. They actually stayed in our house, I want to say for like a month or two while they were doing this. And, you know, no one ever thought, oh, it was the only bathroom in the house. It was a small house. Can you stop so she could use the bathroom? There was no privacy. There was no, I don't know. You're a little kid and you can just, you know, it's no big deal because you're little, right? I would get visions of my uncle pacing back and forth in the living room. Like he knew what was happening, knew what was going on, didn't do anything, didn't say anything, but kind of allowed this construction buddy to kind of do whatever he wanted. And no one stuck up for me. So on many levels, that just feels really messed up. But for whatever reason, my uncle from then on just was really sweet on me. I feel like he must have been there and watching at some point. And he would obviously talk about how much he loved me. Because every time I would be, you know, you don't see your uncle all the time. Every time we would be around him in a family thing or whatever, it was like, oh, he's sweet on her. And I just always thought that was so weird. How could an adult be sweet on someone? Like just the words never sat right with me. And I was always like, okay. And just whatever, like, like how creepy is that? Sorry.